All right. Hello, hello, hello. It is Saturday night. We are back for yet another stream. Excited to be back working on the full mechanics aerial that I started towards the end of last week's stream. Should be fun. Speaking of the full mechanics aerial, I do have two of those that we're giving away tonight. Two separate people this time. I think we had multiple prizes recently as well, but those are all going to the same person. These will be going to two separate winners. Partially courtesy of all the super chats and super thanks and that kind of stuff, the donations people have made on the stream the last few weeks. So if you're feeling generous and want to contribute, that's how you do it. Either the super chat that is built into YouTube. There should also be a link in the description for the Streamlabs donation, which theoretically gives us a higher percentage. Both are welcome and appreciated though, and help for more prizes and things like that. Backup prizes. We got a couple backup prizes in case we give both of these away early as well. All that said, though, I want to jump into chat and say hello and all that stuff. I think the one or two of the things that I need to remember to say before I do that is if you enjoy these streams, hit the like button. That helps more people see the stream, which I think is a good thing. And I think that's it. So I'm going to jump into the chat and say hello. Hopefully I'll think of whatever else then you think of. Oh, yeah. We do have a sale going on this weekend. We got 3 different codes. FedEx 10 for $10 off 100 or more. FedEx 25 for 25 off 200 or more. Or FedEx 40 for 40 off 300 or more. So the discount gets better the larger the order. So yeah, take advantage of those if you're looking to stock up this weekend. Okay, jumping in the chat. What's up, Mo Ho Ho? What's up, Neo Zeong NZ999? What's up, Keith Bishop, Dylan Dull, Living Dead, New Type, Go Zero, Wolfpack, Super Jesus. What's up, Caleb Shuck, Patient Fun, Pondering Ox, Phil. What's going on? How are you? Evil Hippie, J plus K, ECBX, Sidon El Mesa, Studio AU, Martin, what's up? MZ, FTL Drive, Studio AU, JDK, Lord Kronos, Maverick Entity, Kilo Delta, Kyle Dixon. Did I say that one? I feel like I did, but I don't think I did. CT Gunny, Matthew Mahoney, finished and submitted my redacted build. Awesome. I did a little bit of work on my redacted judges builds this afternoon. I'm feeling the pressure. I have to really cram and get it done. What's up, Chernobyl, IC, Lego Yoda, Jose Gonzalez, R. Prats, Rob Rosencrantz, Weeks K, Kronos. Nick, how's it going tonight? Good. How are you? What's up, Seiji, Date, Thomas, Dietrich, what's up? Mr. Gumpla, Lynx, Jason S, Catastrophe. I wish I had an app that would tell me which ones I read already because I'm starting to get deja vu. What's up, Rob Sadler, Hunter Thomas? Mr. Gumpla made the number. Guessing gods. Bless you, dear chat members. This fine evening. Okay, Nick. Great prizes. Love the chances. Of course. It's going to be a good one. What's up, Front Back? Sound Agent Army. Velcro Shoe Guy. Mr. Puerto Rican. Asian Fun. Tian Lee. DJ Bowden. Rack to Gino Stein. You Leon? Yo, I finished the high new I talked about last week. Nice. Seal DR, what's up? Tim Mott, Zigzeon, Zane Boyd, K Null, ZA Gaming, longtime stalker, first time live viewer as opposed to dead viewer. Well, I'm glad you're living today. What's up, R Riker? Gerb, forgot I just opened another tab when you started talking. That must have been weird. What's up, JB Snake, Kesari, the J, Photo Experience, Austin Bertolini. Said my name. Howdy, Nick. Hey, Nick for president. I don't think I want that job. RDDN, what's up? Dylan just finished my redacted build today. We'll submit tomorrow. Nice. Adam Shampoo, what's up? Dragon Squall Z, what's going on? Okay. Save Gun Evo. Yeah, Gundam Evolution is going away, I guess. Happy One Piece Day. What makes it One Piece Day? Because I have not watched a single bit of One Piece. Nick for Complet Emperor. That sounds a little bit better. Perhaps less bad than how did I not lose? Okay. Anyway. That's why you'd make a great president. You'd try. I guess the thing about leaders is you really kind of want the leader who doesn't want to be the leader, which is the conundrum. But anyway, how's everybody doing this weekend? Hope you guys are having a good weekend so far and all that. Mine's been going okay, trying to catch up on some stuff today. Did a Zoom with Nickel Models and George, Old School Gunpla, for some judging discussion. Recorded some of that for a video this week that we'll be doing, talking about AnyMech and how the judging is going to work for that. Got a little bit of work done on my redacted builds. Feeling movie night. We actually got 2 movies in tonight, which is nice. Made up for missing out, I think, last weekend. It was the weekend before. There was a relatively recent weekend where we weren't able to make it happen. So, been good. If you ran this country like you ran Mecha Warehouse, I think would be okay. I mean, I'd like to think I would do a good job, but I really, really don't want to run for president. Good evening, Builder Bros, Go Plug Gals, and everyone else in between. What's up, Phoenix Soldier? Nick 2024 build it. Lucky's awakening his devil fruit day today in the anime, I guess. Storming here. Good, hope you have a good weekend too. Thanks, Mark, for the super chats. Good building the gun on Mark 2. Titans MG, nice. Mr. Puerto Rican, Double Gun of Exia, what's up? What's going on, Death? I'm into that. You introspect or honest. You're just like you. Oh, man. Just finally broke a 103 fever I got yesterday, so my week is at least improving. Well, that's good. Hope you're feeling better or feel better soon. Playing Magic the Gathering tonight. I haven't played Magic in so long. What's up, Juicebox, Flower Tea, Heathcliff, Lego Yoda. Good weekend so far. Working on my first Megami device kit. Doing a good job on seam line removal. Nice. Can't be president with an iron fist. There you go. Everyone gonna work on non-zero Thor after eating dinner. Cool. Nick, I am not one to ask shop questions, but I was wondering something shipping related. If I want to add liquid cement to a cart, would that make it not work out with FedEx for standard shipping since it has material? Nope, that works out with standard shipping, absolutely. We can't send, we don't send things like cement or most paints, anything that could be flammable via the post office, because like priority mail does go by air. I think they've changed up some stuff though. I have to look into it. I think they're like consolidating and changing some of their services and need to reevaluate whether post office can be used for flammables if it's ground. Because I think that's the main consideration, is that things aren't supposed to go via air if they're flammable without all sorts of extra fancy paperwork. Putting together 2 of the MG size acrylic display cases last night. Pretty straightforward assembly. How you like them so far? Interested to see how those do in the wild. Got an MG gun tank tonight. Cool. We were playing D&D later tonight. I haven't played Magic in forever. How's our raffle work? Asian fun. So what we do with the giveaways, periodically throughout the stream, we're going to ask everybody to put a number in the chat within a certain range, which will specify and answer a question. We then use a random number generator to pick a number in that same range. If it picks your number, you're the winner. If it doesn't pick your number, then or pick any numbers, then we do the draw again later, which is what happens most of the time. Sometimes someone wins early, sometimes they don't. But that's basically how it works. That's Space calling a kid from Way Warner if I should go into 3D printing a miniature Sydney, Australia to go with it. It's a bird fig. Just worried that adding it to a planned order would ruin the FedEx numbers because it would have to be handled by a different carrier. No, it shouldn't cause any problems. What's up, Rick? My aerosols can't be in a cargo hold because if my air is a pain, I ship them with my job and the paperwork plus labeling is crazy. Yeah, I really try to. We basically just don't, because it's more hassle than it's worth. I think it can be done, but the amount of extra work that goes into it, and documentation and packing requirements and all that kind of stuff, it's just a lot to expect for the relatively limited number of cases where we need to do it, or would need to do it if we did do it, in fact do it. Hey y'all, nice to be here after a while. What's up, Cobalt Wolf? Welcome back. What's up, Marlon? Man, there's like a fly flying around here. Like top 10 most annoying things in the world. Fly in the house is one of them. No water decal for FM aerial. Are you asking if they exist? Someone must make one, or be planning to make one. It's up Dakota, it's up Orlando. Static cling is strong after you peel the film off the acrylic panels. Yeah, the first, when I got the first one in, I didn't even realize that it was cling. I thought they were just cloudy or something, and started assembling it and then realized I had to take all the static cling off. I don't know what I was thinking. Why is it just raisins fried cats? It's a tie. Rework has one out already. There you go. I have to imagine Delphi will be making one at some point too, if they don't already. I know when UPS is going on strike, or my gun primer kit before they switch to FedEx. So if they go on strike, it'll be, I think, August 1st is the planned date. Hopefully they can just come to an agreeable resolution for everybody and not have that be a problem. Did a question I asked last week in regard to using gesso in place of primer. Kind of worked, kind of. More testing required. So finished Witcher marker. Finally, thanks to my homie for his crunchy roll. Nice. The main kit for any mech done. Now into something else. Trying to decide between MGTR1 Hazel Custom or the RG Sosby. Picked up my mech entry and trying to not overstress it too much. Yeah, I mean, I definitely wouldn't stress out. Like the one thing, like if you guys end up watching the video with the judges, it will probably go up Tuesday, I suspect, is the plan. I think that's kind of one of the things that we were talking about a lot, was the fact that like half the points is showing up and then learning from it. Perfection's essentially impossible to achieve, so just show up and try, find out what happens, you know, learn from it. When using the razor, do you leave a little bit of nub to sand down, or do you cut as close as possible then sand down? I feel I've been cutting too far, getting those little dips. So it kind of depends on where the nub is and stuff, but generally speaking, you need at least a little bit of material to keep the color from, you know, changing when the part gets stressed. But if you go too far away, you'd be working on it forever. 15 how it ended. Did kind of want a little more. Interesting. I haven't been able to watch it yet. Okay, I was worried because if I had an order coming the 25th, I just wasn't sure if it was going to get put in purgatory till the strike was over. Yeah, I'm not sure how that stuff's going to work. We've been calling some of our distributors up. Like we've got a display order and in the wind, and sometimes the final leg from the shipping service that does the international part is UPS. I wanted to confirm it wasn't going to be UPS in case it doesn't arrive before the end of the month. I'm not sure if it will arrive next week or not. Probably not, though, at this point, if it hasn't. I don't have an active tracking number on it, so I had to make sure that was all set so it didn't get stuck in limbo either. Let's see the Cosmos LED kit for the FM aerial. I heard that it was being announced or something. Like it today, can't wait. Perfectionist when you decide it's perfection. I don't know if that's even true. It's not so much that you can actually achieve perfection, it's just what's good enough. And kind of like to say at times that perfect is the enemy of good enough. You know, you can't... Striving for perfection will keep you from achieving other things. when Nick had a fleet of MS-09 DOMs to transport everything. I don't know, I think you need something with a little more space in the back. Gundam ground type, backpack maybe. Okay, 24. Kind of working on the Legion of Thor kit, and he's a massive unit. It's amazing. I highly recommend getting hands on it. The torso is larger than the size before cut. Interesting. What's up, Arcale? F37. Ooh, F3 is metallic. Auto type devoted cargo and troop space. Okay, that could work. Okay, you guys working on today? Working on my MG new Burkhan. Nice. Tonight here I'm working on the Full Mechanics aerial. I'm curious what everybody else is working on tonight though. But since we were just speaking about AnyMech, you know, tonight a little bit, I just realized that it's like 3 weeks out from tomorrow. It's just kind of crazy. It's getting here real fast. Packing room's gonna be moving soon. The MG Jesta joined late. Any calls, draws yet? No calls yet. Kaiju King will be doing the first one pretty soon though. Fortunately, nothing to build and no backlog. Oh, it's a bummer. MG Camphor, then Testament, I think. MG Jesta, nice. And backlog. Doomborg Giminis. White Dingo panel carving. Void Dragon OSL. MG Wing Gundam. Nice. Unicorn for a car, LED plate killing me. Finishing touches, redacted box, kit paint job. Just need to build the accessories down in my shop and I can get my photos done. Nice. What's up, Eric? Hey, Buster. Finish the 30-minute sister, Sienna, Marcia, 3 weeks. I have some painting to finish, right? Like I still got some details to work out. The one I'm struggling with the most is trying to lock in a food truck or two for the event. There's a website, I think it's called Roaming Hunger, that's supposed to be a place to essentially post that you need a food truck or trucks for an event, and then the food trucks can apply to service your event. And both times I tried it, I got no response. So I don't know if there's just not anybody on that app in the area or what's going on. So I gotta find some New Hampshire or New England based food trucks. Get my drive to build. Unfortunately, I didn't want to spend too much money to invest in it. Painting kit plus painting supplies. Oh, that's a bummer. What's going on, Mad Mike? So to see what everyone else does with the redacted kits, though. Should get 2 food trucks and 1 be Neo-Zeon EFSF. Well, who runs the Quattro Burgers and you know, whatever the other one would be called. I haven't built a Zaku Phantom Warrior recently. I haven't. Let's say just look at food trucks near you and make a few calls and just ask. A lot of food trucks here in Connolly, but I don't know if they'll go to Concord. If you know any names of any person on the internet, feel free to email me or DM me or something with the names of them. When I was Googling around for food trucks, I was having trouble finding many. And I feel like that's might be a numbers game of contacting a whole bunch of them. White Castle Burger's been making my base. There you go. Char Grill. Looks Exoprimal tonight. Would love if they made some kits from the game. Zip Depeche. Let's hold on to this, and I already want it. I need more shells. Haven't bought a full mechanics. Got any others that are good? I think some of the other full mechanics are nice, from what I've heard. Try not to make my own acrylic panel lining with half water, half black paint, and a dab of Dawn dish soap. I think it's been working pretty well. Nice. Build themselves into patios for the summer. I saw a mobile Chick-fil-A. You can summon for events in Tilton yesterday, though. Oh, interesting. We're talking food. Trying to figure out food trucks for any mech. I need to figure out how to find one or more that would service the event. So Full Mechanics is a gunpowder figure you put together. Full Mechanics is a line of kits. So like there's HG, which are the smaller, simpler kits. Full Mechanics are just a little bit larger. It's a larger scale. Not quite as crazy in terms of inner frame as a Master Grade, but honestly this one so far doesn't feel much different than a Master Grade. Retail situation at any mech. Are we able to buy product while we're there? So we're planning on having a like local pickup booth, if you will, in the warehouse. We won't be allowing people to browse the shelves. Just it's too compact. There's too much chaos that could ensue. But we will pick and prep local pickup orders from the website. So if you wanted to like place an order beforehand, you could pick it up at the event. If you want to place an order at the event, you could do that too, and we'll have a couple people working on that throughout the day, grabbing local pickup orders and having them ready for when people want to pick them up. Here's it put together. MG Extract Freedom is such a nice build. Too bad that most of the inner frame is just covered up. Excited for August mystery box. Any hints or teasers you can give? Nothing so far. I'll browse shelves. Stock is missing. I'm not even worried about like theft. I'm sure it could happen, but I don't think someone's going to stick a Master Grade under their shirt and try to walk out. I'm more worried about somebody picks something up and then puts it back in the wrong place, and then we can't find it, which can happen with their own staff picking orders. We have things occasionally get kind of lost, so I can only imagine with the public in there, it will look like most retail shelves where you can't find anything. So all the directions carefully. Bandai is very precise. What's up, Anthony? What's up, Johnny Mecha Hand? I would just want to be lost in aisle. It's all soccer dumps and Gilgoos. Just run late tonight. What are you working on, Nick? Adam, I'm working on the Full Mechanics aerial. That's so true. I haven't worked with LEDs yet, but until you get the fear of bending the cables, or you'll be able to test the strip. It should allow for testing phases during the build. See someone trying to hide a PG under their shirt. There you go. Imagine trying to sneak out with the MG under their shirt. Gave me a good belly laugh. Wife had to find remote food trucks for event out of state. She recommended search on Instagram. Food truck in city. Oh, okay. I'll give that a try. Cool. I'll do the browse. Your guide knows colors of person. Decide colors of ordering online while I'm there works great. Yeah, I mean, you might be able to... We'll have to see how busy things are at the event. A lot of the browsing stuff won't be possible, but you might be able to be like, hey, can I see the jar for this, or can I see item X? And you should generally be able to support that. How long do you think it'll take for FM Caliban to release? No idea. I should wear my PG size sweatshirt. Yeah, we'll know something's up when we see somebody that should be wearing a medium t-shirt come in with like a 4XL shirt on. Who's getting any of those LED kits for the FM area? We don't have any relationship with that vendor. Imagine we'll probably at least eventually try to hook up with them, but we don't have any concrete plans at the moment. Another question, should I remove armor pieces off my builds to clean them up with the gun primer kit, or would I just give it a little sanding? I mean, it depends on what you're going for, Dakota. I'm pre-ordering the armor core kits. I have no experience with them. How do they compare to Bandai? I haven't built any full mechanic stuff myself. I've built one Kotobukiya kit, and they're pretty good. I mean, Bandai is like the gold standard for snap model kits. So the best kits that aren't Bandai usually can come kind of close, but generally speaking, Bandai is, Bandai. They're hard to compete with. So, keep that in mind. But I think they're supposed to be decent kits. Hiding my father figure. Not wearing a sweatshirt in Phoenix right now, not even pants. It's supposed to be hot down there, isn't it? If I can pop this back off, I really should have finished sanding this piece before I put it on. There we go. If you guys have some short set in Caliban by the time I'm there, so I can pick some up hopefully, but I'm not sure when they're supposed to be around. Just trying to clear up older kits because I used to just use my $20 God Hand, and I have a lot of numbarks left over all over the place. So I mean, if you remove the parts, it might make it easier. You could probably do some of them on the kit when cleaning it up. But it's kind of up to you. Hobby Store said the carry gunpla ended up being all bootleg, not even like the van, some weird no-name stuff. Oh, interesting. You guys been looking at reactive submissions yet, or are you waiting until next weekend? I'm waiting till the end. I'm focused on mine, and I don't want to see something and then be like, oh, that's a great idea, and then be influenced by it as I'm finishing stuff up and change my plan or anything. Once mine's, done, then I'll start taking a look probably. Kind of comfortable because I didn't feel ready to build my Xenoblade 2 Siren kit. Still haven't touched it. I mean, if you want to build it, build it. I think some people get too wrapped up with their skills need to be at a certain point for certain kits, and I don't think that's necessarily true. How's your Tam 2 coming? Good. I put some gloss coat on most of the pieces today. Got to do some assembly, panel lining, decals, some weathering, and I got to build the base. So a lot of stuff to do. Any PGs in stock? We just had Unleashed and Exia restock on Tuesday. I'm hopefully going to get some more Unleashed in the next couple weeks. Not sure what else is coming soon. PGs don't tend to last in stock very long at all. They're definitely the kind of thing you got to watch for the restocks because they Best case will last a couple days most of the time, unless we've already received it a bunch recently, in which case it might last a few weeks. I had the time to build a base for mine, but the kit itself took all my time. I'm totally feeling that. I'm getting ambitious with some of the stuff I'm doing, and I feel the time slipping away. Okay, so this goes in here. Oh, I see. That's cool. The metallic parts underneath the clear. That's pretty nice. Look at PG Perfect Strikes anytime soon. I'm trying to remember. I think that one might be one on order. Okay, let's figure out the draw here. Oh, we got a big showing right now. We're at 145 viewers. Awesome. Slightly higher range here. Okay, so first draw and first question. We're going to put a number in the chat between 1 and 1100, and let's answer the question. What's your least favorite Gundam series? 1 to 1100, what's your least favorite Gundam series? Remember, one number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship US addresses. You must be present to win, and your answer to the question and the number have to be in the same comments for it to be a valid entry. 1 to 1100, and what's your least favorite Gundam series? Okay, A, 17 and 18. Okay, so it's A17, 18, and then I also need B28. This way. There you go. No one can dislike G-Reco because they haven't watched it. That's probably fair. What's the build tonight, Nick? Buttercup, I'm working on the Full Mechanics aerial. Same kit we're giving away tonight. We're giving away 2 of them, actually. Finally made one of these. Tyler makes getting on live tough. Welcome comic. Next. It's using a number generator increase or decrease my odds. I don't think it changes your odds all that much, really. Opinion on build fighters. I like build fighters. Mechanics HG difficult. I've never built one. So full mechanics and HG are different. Full mechanics is almost like a larger HG with more detail, but it's also, I don't know, slightly more MG-ish in my opinion. This is being the first one I've built. I'll have to withhold my full judgment, I guess, till I get to the end, but I definitely see some MG influences here. If you absolutely need like the separate inner frame thing, then it might not be for you, but I feel like it's got a lot of the same kind of attributes without having the full frame, so to speak. So do you have inner frames? Not really, but like the frame, like the details to it and the way it's going together, to me feels kind of like an inner frame. I haven't done any of the arms or legs yet, so I guess we'll see there. But the chest feels very much like an MG chest. Just, I don't know, I guess it doesn't have a separate frame that you take the armor off of. It's a little bit more integrated. Do you like cell shading or weathering more? I wish I could do the cell shading stuff I've seen. I don't think I could ever pull that off, but it looks awesome when it's done right. Built it, the amount of undergating is insane for the legs. Oh, interesting. To Toyama, it actually sounds like a nice kind of stepping stone between the grades. Yeah, I mean, if the reason you like the master grades is the inner frame, you'd be disappointed in full mechanics, I think. But if you like the size and detail, I think it fills that niche at potentially a lower price point. But I don't think people should be sleeping on the newer full mechanics, from what I can tell. I mean, this one so far has been good, so I guess we'll see when we get the rest of the way through it. Older FM kits are more in line to the HD quality build, more detail. It's really just starting aerial, and it's really took an almost MG feel. Yeah, I wonder if it's the new versus olds. They almost like did themselves a disservice by calling it full mechanics, because the like the old IBO full mechanics, or I think, have a different construction to them. And I haven't built the newer, what is it, that there's a couple seed full mechanics. So cautious MG because the inner frames, more pieces. I might have to pick this one up then. I wouldn't be that worried about the MGs. They're not really any harder, there's just more parts. It's not really more challenging. FMS nuts down near MG. Imagine when they release the aerial MG and how different can it get from the FM. Yeah, that's really a big question I have. I mean, if they did all the full mechanics like this one going forward, I kind of could see where they might be dropping the MG line. Because this gets you most of what you get out of an MG. What I miss? We're doing a draw, and that's basically it. Then I could reprint the other FMs or RE100. That'd be great. I think they'll probably cycle back through soon. This being an aerial over a coffer to be a bit more different than the FM. It's probably fair. Okay, so this one here. Okay, but that one I'm gonna call time for this draw. Just called time, but the question was least favorite Gundam series. See some subversion in the area with the fiber optic gimmick later for the permit lines. It'd be interesting. Okay, so these days I'll work on getting a PG-7 sword, especially since Bandai will never give me a PG bar with Sleepless Rex. Hope we get a first draw win today. Well, we're going to draw two numbers because we're giving away two of the Full Mechanics aerials, so we got double our chances. So 989 and 306. Okay, 99. Search for that one now. 989 and 306. I don't see any winners. I'll let you guys confirm, but if that's the case, that means we're drawing again in a little bit. Didn't win, but I did not win. There you go. We'll draw again in a little bit, and we'll give everybody another chance at these prizes. You put water slides directly on Vallejo paint because they're water-based paint. It'll ruin the paint without a top coat. I think you probably could, but I think you'll have better results with a gloss coat. Things will flow better and move better. Be less likely to damage the paint itself. You could always take a spare decal and try it like painting a spoon or something, if you really want to be able to do that. The permanent shields and the ephemeral molded in clear parts. So these lines here in the chest, I think that's what you're referring to. Those are metallic part under clear. Etc. Mess with water-based acrylics without a top coat. I could see it being an issue sometimes. Some Mecha varnish to desired finish. Just regrets I didn't make the decision to order Wing Gundam Snow White preluded. Mandupan, you're probably behind if you're putting a number in now because we already called time. So you might need to refresh your feed to get caught up with us. The second coat after the sandwich decal, they picked up from area because I thought the shells were solid plastic with metallic finish. So yeah, so this is their metallic parts that are underneath clear parts. They're like a plated part. MG Heavy Arm super hyped about it. Nice. It's a good kit. What's up, Edgar? Okay, where am I at here? I'm curious, how often do you replace your bouncers all the streams? Not nearly enough. This is only my second bouncer. I've done a number of kits with this. I'm probably hurting myself by not swapping it out. I probably should swap out soon. Evening all, better late than never. What's up, SP? Built 2 MG so far, 2.0 grams, and I recently finished Eco Plot Exia. Nice. Side by side comparison been doing today, and it's night and day. Is it? I'm often using it almost more just to clean off the part, I think, because I'm going to top coat anyway. But it probably would be beneficial. That's a good 100 uses left in it. Gotta clean up masking tape or dust brush, love balancers. Does this kit come with any pilot figure? I'm not sure. I haven't seen one yet, but I haven't looked carefully for it either. Does anyone know? It's the last song, Dwarf Metal. I'm not sure. What's the bouncer do? It's like a sanding, but it's like a really fine, almost like a buffing. I use it to kind of clean up the finish after using the razor. Speaking of pilot figure, does anyone miss the big ones that came in older MGs? I think some older, like 100 HGs and stuff had them too. I don't think there's many kits that have those anymore. Need to get a razor. Razors are definitely worth it. I guess the 90s had them. Yeah, it's like, that's what I kind of remember. MG Easy 8 comes to the Shiro Amada figure, Santa Miracle, Ryan, Mahal, Queen of Pirates was the last song. There you go. Right. The detail on this is pretty awesome. Really, for not being a master grade, there's a lot of surface detail. It's really cool. Okay, I gotta clean up this one, and then I think the backpack is considered part of the chest torso on this one. Is razor better than a metal nail file? I would say so. It's less likely to scratch or overcut the parts of stemmage. Doesn't mean I can use over 5,000 grit sandpaper as polisher. I mean, kinda. Good service details all I ask for. Ask from a full mechanics. Mecha Warehouse brand razor when it's in the works or it's in the plans. I just literally need the art time, and other things keep popping up that I need to do. Keeping Nickel busy with other art projects, but we need to do one. Speaking of keeping you busy, how's Kate? Kate's doing well. Definitely feeling, I mean, she's third trimester now, right? So she's feeling the baby. Kicking her butt sometimes, but for the most part doing well. Which actually, that good segue into another discussion topic. We are hiring. If anybody hasn't seen, we're looking for we're calling the position a purchasing assistant to essentially take over some of what Kate does, because she's been absolutely slammed for the last few months. And when the baby arrives, it's not going to make things any easier. Oh, this is supposed to go in there. I did that in the wrong order. I've lived up there. Seeing as Kate is making a 1-1 skill human, absolutely. Nick, will the Charband be ready for any mech? I seriously considered trying to get some of my musician friends up here to put that together, but I have too many other projects in the works. Maybe any mech 2. If we do an any mech 2, we'll have to get the colony drop or whatever that project is going to be called put together. So an in-store job work can be done from home. We're looking for an in-person local position. We'll also likely be opening up a warehouse position. If only it were remote. I live and breathe the spreadsheets here. Trying not to do remote. See if we can find someone local first. Theoretically, it can be done remotely, but remote stuff it's trickier to do things fully remote. It's harder to coordinate stuff sometimes. It's harder to have meetings, and it's harder to Kate comes in sometimes to do stuff. You know, she is able to work remote for a lot of what she does. But part of the reason she can do that is because she's not really remote, because she lives with me. So I see her at home, and we have some of those same discussions and go through things that would be in person that way. I go to her. So I hate when I'm waiting on a package and the shipping status hasn't changed in over a week. Yeah, me too. I know that feeling. Sometimes you can't do job training remote. That's true too. It's a lot easier. Like, theoretically, you can do it remotely, but I think it's easier to do a lot of that stuff looking over the shoulder. It's easier to be able to walk the room over, have a conversation about stuff. So raffle ended, I didn't miss it. We did the first one, there were no winners. We're going to do the second one pretty soon, I think. Okay, D19. We're probably going to be opening a warehouse position. Did I say that? Soon. We've had the listing on the website since the last time. I'm probably going to update it sometime this week as well. Here's about your mascot mech. Does it have a name, and how is the process for solidifying it as a face of the brand? So it kind of came out somewhat accidentally. I ended up finding an artist on Fiverr to create a logo for us. We wanted a mecha looking logo character, and happened to be some dude like Indonesia or something that is a gunpla builder himself, so that worked out well. and he drew it. We later decided the name is Blue01, and so a lot of the later artwork was done by Nickel Models. It was a great tool for remote working, absolutely. The status keep changing to a later date when already in the state already. I'm not gonna lie, y'all won me over because of your logo. That's interesting and kind of cool. That's some skin irritation when I shaved earlier or something. Dad has decided to start a soap business, so I've been learning more and more about how businesses like yours operate and the quirks of Shopify. That's cool. All for entrepreneurial activities. These live streams are what won me over. That's cool. I like being able to interact directly with our customer base. Blame risk break for me starting to shop Mecha Warehouse and my giant backlog. Time frame for short set or Calabar? Not exactly. When will 2023 coins be available for those who have terrible time management and miss the original release? That is now. If you send me a DM, Buttercup, with what you're looking for, how many coins, 2023 coins. I think we still have some 2022 coins left as well if you didn't have one of those. And if you needed any capsules, stands, that kind of stuff, and I can help you out with that. It is in my state, only 1 hour away from the house, just says it's on the way to the next location. That was last Thursday, no change. Should I do digital art so I could whip something up for you, even if it was just for fun? Still in the old paper ages. Do the Banshee, thank you. DM through Discord, yeah, Discord's the place to do that. That has always been insane with liquidation reselling. When I was a kid, there was a point our living room was Florida ceiling rugs he was reselling. That's cool. So he definitely understands the basics of selling. Shopify and those details might be new, but it's just a different platform to use. What's up, Hasaki Art? I feel like definitely the biggest thing with any business, online or otherwise, is trying to figure out how you're doing marketing, how you're going to get the attention you need to make the sales. I've had plenty of conversations with people that were trying to start up Gunpla shops, for example, that were trying to follow our lead, and that's where the conversation always went back to, is what are you doing to basically make sure people know you exist? Because that's the hard part. Putting stuff up, shipping it, that stuff's easy, relatively speaking, and I say that knowing that logistics is a big challenge for us, and it's a huge problem when you start trying to scale, but all that's not important if you can't get people to even notice that you have stuff for sale. Any MG Gyaradoga in stock? I'm not sure off the top of my head. You guys consider doing video like Bandai update more often, like for Mecha Model Kit or something in general? Like the news video we did, was it this week? Last week? Good bachelor's marketing a few months, I got this. Just watch out, because a lot of traditional marketing schools, I think, having not gone through any traditional marketing education, or really much untraditional, non-traditional marketing education, just being kind of self-taught. I think a lot of it is rooted in certain old school ways of thinking that don't necessarily translate to the internet age super well. Have to be a little bit different versus the competition, just stand out a bit more, come up with a business name that sticks out, remains in people's minds. I mean, that's kind of important, but if you do a really good job with how you communicate, how you run ads, all that kind of stuff, you can make up for that pretty easily. 20 years ago, like phone book ages, you saw these businesses with names that started with A, AAA, whatever, because they'd show up first in the list alphabetically. What was I going to say? But that's like irrelevant now. Is there any news on the desk side HG restock? I don't know when they're come back around again. I think they're supposed to be printed soon. Have you ever done local advertising? I'm told to start by how the only way I found you guys was getting into a car crash near the warehouse. So most of what we do for advertising is online, mostly like Facebook ads and social media stuff. We've targeted ads against, certain areas like New Hampshire or New England and stuff, but not local per se. Where is this question? What's the current song playing? Let's get in there quick. Shoot. I just missed it on my thing. For sure, they're calling electronic marketing and all that while barely touching social media and the internet in general in our 2022 textbooks. They definitely don't update this stuff. Link collection is almost completely without desk side. Put up a brick and mortar shop and call it Gunplay near me. See, what you didn't know is they sabotaged the road to the warehouse to cause the car crash. There you go. Shh. I also have skeptical Mecha Warehouse because I always kept seeing ads on Facebook and price the site being so much lower than other places. You guys buy Instagram, so it certainly worked. Do enjoy the skits and update videos. No one else does that. Rarely trusted FB Marketplace myself, but took a gander after every other shop had a bigger price surge. Took a gander, and oh yeah, now I'm a fan. Nice. Just because I like the updates in the framework, growth and common device, new HDMG and stuff. No, I don't know where to get those from. We were talking about trying to make something like that a more regular thing. Hey Nick, you have any pets? Not other than the kids. We had a cat way back in the day for a very brief time. We got her from a shelter, and it turned out she was way older than they told us she was, and she didn't live very long while we had her, unfortunately. And we couldn't bring ourselves to do it again in the immediate future, and then had kids. And they're kind of like pets. They make messes on the carpet and whine when they want to go outside and stuff. Alright, I think we are ready for draw number 2 here. So let's see. You guys know if you're getting PG. Which PG? I mean, we just had PG Unleashed and PG Exia restocked on Tuesday. They just didn't last very long. So for an HG Arrow back when it was sold out everywhere, and you guys were like the first result when I got on Google, so I hopped on, saw it was in stock with you guys, and now I'm here. Awesome. Have you thought about some shop warehouse cats? Call them quality control. I don't know if the landlord would be up on that or not. My cat in the dumpster had him 8 years now. Oh, that's interesting. A new one. Oh, I see a new PG this year. I have no idea. So we're going to do a number from 1 to 600, and we were talking about hiring a little bit earlier, so we'll go with the question: if you could have any job in the world, what would it be? 1 to 600, any job in the world, what would it be? One number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to you as addresses. You must be present to win, and your answer to the question and the number have to be in the same comment for it to be valid entry. So MGX Freedom, and then the FedEx sale hit right after. But the MGEX Freedom were definitely not in sale when the sale started. So our doggy from a shelter in 2020. She passed last November. She wasn't that old, but she had something the shelter didn't tell us. That's a bummer. Sorry for that loss. say job I do. That's cool. I do not dream of labor. Nothing. I just want to be unemployed and have my bills paid. Bamf. There you go. What was the question? Question is, how would I word it? If you have any job, what would it be? What's your dream job? King of Mars. There you go. I don't think that's a position that's hiring at the moment, though. Not to be paid to play fighting games. Another way it's possible to be the best, which I am not. Well, the other possibility would be to be a game tester for a company that makes those kind of games. It's probably not as much fun as just playing those games. See what happened to work. I'm pretty sure they're hiring. Find a rich old lady who will take me and my family in, a sugar grandma. QA is a thankless job. I think it's worse than a thankless job because you sometimes probably are treated like the bad guy when you do your job right and you find a problem. Talking as a QA tester is a job and you get blamed for everything. QA reports the bugs, it does fix them. And I'll speak from experience, the closer you are to the end of the design cycle on a product, so for me in embedded software, when I was doing that, or a QA person or whatever, a lot of your stuff is at the end of the process of product development. And that's the most stressful because you're usually the closest to the deadline and everybody else slips and it just makes your time condensed. It sucks. So do you guys consider making a storefront for the warehouse so people visit then go buy stuff directly there? We do local pickup. We probably won't do a storefront anytime soon. It's just we'd have to maintain a separate place because controlling inventory for the quote-unquote storefront separate than the warehouse would be a significant extra effort to prevent logistic problems like somebody buying something in person at the same time somebody orders it online and stuff. And the amount of foot traffic we get near us isn't nearly enough. The game tester isn't fun. A lot of trying to break the game and filing reports and checking the database with every new version. A QA lead game analyst for 5 years wasn't as fun as many things. Yeah, right? That's kind of what I would think, is it probably sucks the fun out of certain things. Probably more fun than being a QA tester on some boring product, but it comes with its own costs. Okay. What's the question? What is your dream job? If you could have any job in the world, what would it be? Logo for the warehouse looks like an armored core. Interesting. think Nickel said when he fleshed out the rest of the design and took it from the logo to the expanded artwork, he was basing a lot of design elements. I think there's some Exia in there, some Gypsy Avenger or something like that, and I think there's something else. Cool. That if I visit New Hampshire not too long ago, I didn't know if y'all have like an in-person store to check out, so I just ordered a kit when I got home anyways. You could always stop by. We, you know, assuming that somebody's around and we're not like absolutely crushed at the moment. Usually if you ask for a tour, we can show you around and stuff like that, but we just don't allow people to browse the warehouse because it's an active warehouse. And you know, when someone picks something off the shelf could cause us problems if it's the wrong item, and all the other risks that come with it being an active warehouse. Just missed that. And that was it. The job you have. Dream job be travel photographer. I know people just want to play the kit guessing game for the videos, IRL with the gang. We've joked about having people come into the warehouse and being challenged. That'd be entertaining, I think. So anything revolving around being your own boss is the dream. I mostly agree, but it comes with a cost for sure. I'll call time in a moment here. It's been running pretty long. Does Habaco still make cutting mats? I've had one of the mats for almost 20 years. I assume so. But I haven't looked. I got this one a few years back. I was in New Hampshire. I would love the opportunity to apply for a position in Mecha Warehouse. Might be a mail. Heavy as the head that wears the crown, right? Definitely. Sometimes it's nice to be able to leave your job at the end of the day and know that you don't have to worry about it. You know, you're not being the final line of defense is tough sometimes. Being your own boss makes it harder to have a healthy work-life separation. That's very true. What's up, Roberto Lopez? What's up, Loom? Professional browbeater. All right, time has been called. Let's draw some numbers. Ranges to 600 this time, right? Yes. Okay. So two numbers, because we got two prizes thanks to super chats and all that stuff. 425 and 532. I see a 425, weeks K, work at Mecha Warehouse. Right answer. And let's see about the second number, 532. I don't see a 532, so it looks like we got one winner. Does he get the job too? He can certainly apply. Okay, so Weeks, you can send an email to support@mechawarehouse.com with your info to claim that prize. We still got one left of the two Full Mechanics aerials, so we'll draw for that with the next draw. We got two prizes today, partially courtesy of everybody who has done the super thanks, super chats, etc. The Streamlabs donations, all those mechanisms. Kind of didn't even try. I was like, I'm just gonna go 50 counts or so. So yeah. Well, I have thoughts during work shifts that if I came into more money, except they'd never attend the lottery, I'd basically be an investor for Mecha Warehouse, a few small game studios. We get a quick comparison between HG and Full Mechanics aerials on stream after Full Mechanics completion. Sure. Feel free to try to remind me about that when we get there, because it'll probably be at least a few streams away. I'm taking my time with this kit, and it's probably going to take a while. Can't wait to find out the size Matter's kit's going to be. Just tell me it's not the MG Sazabi. I think I could work at the warehouse. I'd just be like, oh, Nick, how many kits per day are you paying? What is Nick's perfect dream? Any mech have? No limits, infinite money, everyone's available. I don't understand that question. Can you elaborate? So excited for this kit. I've never done a full metal yet. Yeah, or full mechanics, you mean? Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed so far. I kind of want to check out the other ones. I wish the other full mechanics were of designs that I was more into. And Calamity and Raider both look kind of cool, but I haven't seen the show, so I don't really care as much. And when people are running loads of cash and everyone can show up, there you go. Basically, Nick, would you have Tamino show up as a judge, have a bounce house that is Dom and a heavy statue somewhere, that kind of money? I mean, that would be really cool to be able to fly in some like high-level international guests or something, bring in some voice actors or something, and from the series or artists from the series. I don't know. Thanks for the sub, Lamers2006. Lamers. If you're playing any mech and had gnomes, how much you could spend, what would you plan for it? I mean, it probably wouldn't be much different than what we have now, other than just bigger. But I don't know that there's a whole lot that I'm limited on right now that I really want that we can't do. There's stuff that we could do that would be way above and beyond, but I just haven't thought in those terms because it just isn't an option right now. A5. But like, I think like we were kind of saying, like bringing in some people from the industry, perhaps maybe being able to bring in some more guests. F3.8. Go, another one of these metallic parts. See the FM Forbidden Gun when it's released. I need it when it's released. Every time I hear FM, I think of the FM Towns. You know, it was mentioned before in another stream ever. I don't remember. Is there anywhere you can watch Witch from Mercury free? It is on Gundam Info. I think only the first season is up right now, but the second season should go up at some point. I believe it's planned to start soon. Can't wait for the Schwarzette to get in stock. I like that one the most out of the WFM sets. Giant Gumpel platform where you just had Zakus and Jims duking out like a game board. Betrayal headline, Kotoki-san signing autographs, Colonel himself serving fried chicken. There you go. We'll bring Colonel Sanders back from the dead. That's I don't know if money solves that problem. Second season is released, I think, 3 on Gundam Info, like 3 episodes. I think we'll have a Taco Bell at site and found Zabata Blast. You know, those thoughts of the new Seed movie trailer. I haven't watched it actually, so I don't have thoughts on it yet. But I haven't seen any of the rest of Seed, so I'm not like dying to see it. What's your desert island band, Nick? Like, who I'd listen to forever on a desert island? Speaking of Taco Bell, they brought back the volcano menu items. I think I heard someone talking about that in the warehouse this week. Taco Bell sounds delicious right about now. Gundam shows it there too. Nick, or like a year ago on a stream, you mentioned a guy you listened to for starting a business. Would that apply for starting a trucking business? Probably. I mean, a lot of stuff. There's a lot of similarities between a lot of different businesses. You know, like I think I could apply all the marketing stuff I've learned doing e-commerce and listening to content and stuff to, say, a trucking business or a HVAC company or a landscaper or, you know, a bakery or, you know, who knows what else. I think a lot of the principles are the same. It's almost more a way of thinking than it is any specific thing. Don't know much about the movie, but according to some people, the movie has been filmed at hell for 20 plus years. So they brought the volcanoes back. They weren't as hot as the first time they had it, though. How do you measure that? Like, do you keep the old volcano stuff in the fridge to compare? Or have your taste buds just been ruined for hot stuff because you apparently like that kind of stuff and have gradually eaten hotter and hotter things over the last X number of years? And Kurt, like, so if you're trying to start a trucking business, is that your plan? Should my place had a nick for marketing? The few times we hear about it in company meetings, it seems all over the place. That's cool. I mean, I'd be more than welcome. I don't necessarily have massive amounts of time to do stuff for you or whatever, Kurt, but if you sent me an email or whatever and laid out what you're trying to do, I'd be more than happy to give you some advice or whatever. At least set you on the right path for what you should be looking into and stuff. From a general business perspective, anyway. This owner-operator for a super dump. To use ground ghost pepper flakes in my eggs. Like, that might be it. When someone mentioned the volcano stuff was back during game night, one of my friends got up and drove to Taco Bell immediately and streamed the whole thing in PC. That's funny. Speaking of marketing, Nick, what tools are you using and where can we get them? What do you mean by what tools? Like apps and stuff. There's only one app that we're using for like social media. We use Later primarily. That's the thing we use to help with scheduling. We use Trello, which is a free organizational app, but it's not really specific to marketing or anything like that. What else do we use? I mean, there's probably certain like art and creative tools that Ethan and Santana use that I'm not even sure if I could list them all off the top of my head. Oh, to build, like these tools. I thought you were talking about marketing tools. God Hand Nippers, Gun Primer Razor at Origin, and the Gun Primer Balancer are the three things that aren't here. Would be ready to put up draw number 3 for that second full mechanics aerial soon. Trello is great for D&D. It's interesting. What do you use it for on D&D, like organizing your campaign thoughts and stuff, or? We use it for things like tracking what like stories we're going to post and stuff like that. We also use it for tracking incoming shipments and stuff too. But where in Japan did you visit? Was it Fukuoka? No. So we went to Tokyo and spent some time there, and then went to Shizuoka, which happens to be the like model making capital of Japan. Spent probably like maybe 2/3 in Tokyo and 1/3 in Shizuoka. looking at cars useful, keeping things in order. Ironically, I first found out about it on an engineering job. They were trying to use it to organize a project, but the person who, I think it was the systems engineer in the project, was the one who wanted us to use it, and he was using it completely wrong. We had like way too many cards, so it was completely useless. You couldn't see what was going on. Acrylic display case, I ordered a bunch, but I wanted to ask, would PG Phoenix fit in the PG case? If anyone in the chat knows. Off the top of my head, I don't know. If it doesn't, it's going to be because of the accessories. I think depending on how well these sell, we might make a larger version and spec out one for like PGs that have lots of like big backpacks and extra accessories. I need to put together a PG size myself just to see how that all goes together. How many people have received the acrylic display case? Has anyone been able to play with one yet? I'm curious what everybody thinks now that I know that they've shipped out or started shipping out. Visit any Gunpla shops while you were in Japan? So I actually wasn't into Gunpla when I was there. I kind of got into it as a result of the trip. So technically I did, and that's part of how I found it. But so we stumbled into a toy store in Tokyo that happened to have a whole floor dedicated to big kid toys and hobby type stuff, like model kits and whatnot. And they had a bunch of Gunpla stuff there. And then we ended up in a hobby model museum or whatever in Shizuoka that happened to be like, I don't know, a really short walk from the hotel we were staying at. And discovered a lot of the hobby stuff there. And then came back and looked it all up. Had a reference to Mecha Warehouse for assembly, but it's easy. Let you guys know once they come in. Yesterday feels sturdy. Cool. I mean, we obviously after speccing them out and getting the sample and stuff, we thought that they were good quality. Using my case as a fry/dust safe zone for my airbrush parts between paint sessions. Cool. Oh, dry. Most of my supplies from Hobby Lobby at first, and I order online. So if you never went in that store, the Mecha Warehouse probably would not exist. I think that's very true. It just happened to be that I stumbled on to the hobby when I was there, and then a few years later decided that I wanted to start a business or do something that I was interested in. You know, I do come to a final decision of like opening up a Gunpla warehouse. So that was interesting. So I was, I got into the hobby when I was in Japan. Was really interested in it, came back and such, and started building and whatnot. And probably a year or two later, I was getting kind of burnt out of doing engineering work and consulting. And so wanted to start what I thought would be a quote-unquote stupid simple business. And e-commerce seemed really simple compared to trying to run a consulting firm or whatever. Although I don't really necessarily think that that's true now. I think it's probably the other way around, at least on a small scale. But decided to give it a try. See, my cases, haven't put them together. Won't until I work on the RGPG Phoenix and Purse. Figure out how heavy acrylic is. 4 cases was heavier than I was expecting. You already found 2 winners yet? Not yet. We're going to draw for the second winner very shortly. Howdy all. Missed Bill night last night. Passed out, putting my little ones to bed. No worries. like Gunpla is getting super popular. I think COVID kind of did that from one end of that toward there, huh? Definitely a way of living the dream. Yeah, DFW a Gaia color restock soon. We've got Gaia on the way, I think. I think it's shipping out this week or something. We don't have tracking yet, but we'll probably receive it in a couple weeks, hopefully. Assuming no crazy shipping issues. Looks like that Display restock next month. Their stuff has been so solid for the price. Display's got some good stuff. Okay, so third draw here. Okay, so we're gonna do our third draw. We're gonna do a number from 1 to 300, and let's answer the question: do you ever shop P Bandai? Have that one queued up. So 1 to 300. Do you ever shop P Bandai? One number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to U.S. addresses. You must be present to win, and your comment and the number have to be in the same comment for it to be a valid entry. So, which had a huge effect in Gunpla. Don't think IBO had that kind of effect. Display restock with the drawing chisels and their handles. Display is supposed to be arriving like beginning of next month, hopefully before any mech. And I wanted to ask that question because I received my P Bandai HG Death Side Hell, or Hells, because I got 2 of them yesterday. Well, I've seen some people finish their builds already, so some people are working really fast. I think that's the last P Bandai I have plans to order, so I don't know. I say that, and they'll probably announce something on P Bandai in the next 3 months that I'll need, but the first P Bandai order just last week. We got a Wave Rider and Super Gundam accessories. The HG does that hell, and the HG Master Commander type, which is a massive box for HG. Through P Bandai, I'll order the rest of the G Gundam HGs, no question asked. We talked to P Bandai now, Nick. They've just been dropping stuff in the most random times. So with PG Unicorn, unfortunately, the expansion isn't coming out together. PG Unicorn, you don't need to order P Bandai. I mean, I guess you can, but that's a regular release. Sometimes they release regular stuff on P Bandai. Kind of confuses me. Store will usually order the max limit. I'll pay a little extra when I regret not buying from P Bandai. Was it June that did like 4 to 5 drops? I don't know. I haven't been following it super closely. But every once in a while, something will get mentioned and I'll have to get it. But I don't follow it super closely, which is probably a good thing for my wallet. Get the idea of buying something now and not shipping until 4 or 5 months later. I can understand that. Okay, these beam saber handles are pretty cool too. Got those, and we have a backpack. Cool. This will do the head next, and then double back for maybe the arms. Waiting for my Shogun Spinaccio and RG Impulse. Nursery community more united than Discord when the NC2 dropped several times on P Bandai. Big regret this year is not getting the MG Jim Cannon print they did a few months back. Probably won't come back around for a while, but probably will at some point. I have to pick up the Wound Wart. See what comes out. Okay, head E4. Guess I'll cut this out and then probably call time and draw some numbers. Well, a number. A25 and 27. Are there any for a COD that are P-Bandai exclusive? I don't think so. But now that you mention it, I'm not even sure. If they are, they're probably variants of other Burkas. They could resolve their scalper issue. Things aren't sold out in 5 seconds anymore. Just too conscious about buying just one kit for every month when I should have just went for it. Like now I have now for a lot of things. All of our comic mechanic clear. Expansions, variants, and base for Ka. Yeah, that would make sense. Okay, let's call time. I'm gonna give away that second full mechanics aerial. So double range this time is what, 1 to 200, I believe? 1 to 300. Okay. Number 8. Hate those single digit numbers. There's only 47 eights in the stream chat right now. I don't see any just eights, so I'll let you guys confirm, but if that's the case, we got one more draw on us for the end of the stream. Nick, did you finish your submission for Redacted yet? I haven't. I'm getting closer. I'm definitely feeling the time pressure now, though. Did a little bit today. I'll hopefully make some significant progress tomorrow. I mentioned it earlier, I need to do panel line and decal. I got some gloss coat done today. I gotta finish the, or start and finish the base I plan on doing. Some matte coats and assembly too, but that definitely won't be this week. Didn't have the nerve ability to try comp yet, maybe 2024, but I'm excited to see the entries. The extra is 1 to 150, and there's 154 of us. They really gotta be unique. Well, if multiple people pick the same number, We could always flip the coin to deconflict, which is always fun. And the crunch on Redacted 2, I lost much time having to rebuild the rear end of the track car this weekend. That's a bummer. I feel like I lost some time last weekend too, but I think it's because we were just busy. I'm working on trying to clear out my mother-in-law's house. She moved to assisted living and we need to sell that, so that's consuming some of our time. I see. So that's the eyes and the rear camera, maybe. Oh, I like that, having the individual pieces for the eyes to go through. That's not, I guess I've been doing too many high grades lately. We have any indication what percentage of redacted entries seem to be going open versus out of the box? Not yet, because I haven't looked at any of the entries. Be interested to see though. Create a block and find the came with a color scheme. Happy with the result for my redacted. Well, that's good. Okay, B1 and 11. Monty, I think you're behind the stream right now because we called time a little while ago. And F1. Oh, it's F11 is 3 F1s. So I might think that would make crash for some reason. Interesting. Smooth port type panel liner on the white parts. Looks pretty good in my opinion. Interesting. Okay, F1. 1. Like a chin piece or something. Like the HGs from Rich Mercury, but if they make MG, these kits are better. I'm really liking this full mechanic so far. I don't know how badly an MG is needed, honestly. But I guess we'll see. I'd love to see full mechanics of more of the designs though. hoping the polypod stays up until I get back from vacation so I can order a couple. Holding off on case something here catches my eye. Green gun from Seed is next. Yeah, it's cool, but I mean, like, I'd love to see some of the other popular designs from Witcher Mercury done as full mechanics. From Domtrope and Wen, Bandai. Love an FM Darvalde, FM Farak, Short Sets, or Dawns of Soul. Yeah, like I think they literally could go and take sales data and see whichever one sold the best is probably the next one to make a full mechanics of. Isn't gonna mark because you have to primer. Nope. Action Caliber isn't even out yet. I could see that a lot of people are talking that one up. I suspect that one might end up hard to find for a little while. If it seems to me, two little parts colors from your scene base of the launch hanger for the duels would be cool. Yeah, it'd be pretty neat. Okay, I gotta get this part, and then I can put them all together. And then should probably put up the final draw. What is Bandai got a full mechanic versus MG? Presumably costs and energy. Honestly, the complexity doesn't seem, for at least this one, that much lower than an MG, if it's different at all. In the grand scheme of things, but it's probably cost of design, cost of parts. Okay, time to do our final draw for the night. As most of the time, tend to redesign the original designs. Okay, so we're going to do a draw from 1 to 135. And let's answer the question, what kit would you like to see as a full mechanics next, since we're talking about that? What's the next full mechanics that you'd like to see? 1 to 135, what's the next full mechanics you'd like to see? Remember, one number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to US addresses. You must be present to win, and your answer in the comment had to be in the same comment for your valid entry. whole fiasco. Honestly, Bandai wants profit, doesn't care about making 12 MGs a year like they did in the past. I mean, most businesses tend to be primarily motivated by profit. If they're not getting the sales they need to justify it, I could understand why they would be changing up what they're trying to make. Okay, B12 is the other one I need here. Tends to be non-UC kits. Yeah, I think RE100 is very similar, but I haven't built an RE100 either, so I mean, for anybody who has built the RE100 kits, are they more HG-like? What do I get? 1 to 135. Longest time that RE100 and FM were the same thing. I think it kind of, like, in some ways it is, but until I get my hands dirty with an RE100, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I could make that call. I thought full mechanics is more HG like, but I guess the IBO full mechanics are a little bit more that way. B15 and 16 makes you wonder if Bandai, once they get done with the HG wing kits, would they release the rest of them in MG, since wing kits sell like hotcakes? I don't know. RE kits I built are closer to HG than MG with details. Like, I would love to see anime versions MGs, because all of the MGs are for wing or endless waltz styled except for one. So those might be good candidates for like a full mechanics or something type line to do 1/100 anime accurate designs. It's hard because both lines don't really have a set standard. RE100 had a bunch of gimmicks thrown at a wall to see what stuck, especially for suits like the Zakutu Kai or the Digi. Bandai will do something like P-Bandai Operation Meter 7 with all 5 of the TV show HG, maybe with a special stand. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be interesting. I wonder if they're going to do like the Tall Geese and the Epion, since I think they've done all the other. We've done all the others as HGs. As a metalcore fan, any opinions on Scene Queen? I have not heard of Scene Queen. I'll have to look them up. Which wing just has me wanting more OZ grunt suits. I would love them to do that too. We're really close to the end here. I'm going to do these 2 parts, and then I will call time and draw our winners. An Aries Virgo, DP and I like the HG Doctress from X and then Strike Dagger. So the only thing I would want to build from any AU would be grunts. Yeah, like I would love to see HG Aries, HG Virgo. I feel like Virgo would be relatively easy. They got the Mercurius in Bay 8 and there's a lot of design similarities there, so be great to see that. Some of those aquatic suits. Hoping that after announcing an RG Epion that the suit might appear in Gundam Evo, so that the ship has sailed. Taurus would be nice. I could see that. That'd be kind of cool too. I don't really like the Taurus design as much, but that'd be all about the making the kits. Like I feel like Aries and Virgo I would batch build, but I would be less inclined to do that for the Taurus. People already gotten their aquatic thing, mystery boxes. I know they shipped towards the end of the week, so somebody might have received it at this point. But I don't think it to be relatively local. I think 20 years ago they made the Virgo and Mercurius. Grunt suits I would want to build of those return A, except for the Sumo. I wouldn't want to build. Kits with poor quality. They did a Mercurius and Bay 8 set, Pete Bandai, like a year or 2 ago, recently, so. Okay, let's call time here. I'm going to draw a number from 1 to 135. Let's make sure that's visible by the camera. Another single-digit number, number 4. The kids still are, they're crappy, or you'd be awesome. Leo makes so much money. Yeah, that'd be a good compromise if they don't want to do an MG. Man, another single-digit number. Even more 4s. 51 4s to sort through. Oh, I see a 4. CA Gaming. Let's see if there's any other 4s. Not 51 winners, but 51 4s when I search for 4 on the page. all you do is with 4s in your usernames or have a number picked that included the number 4. I think it was just the one, just CA Gaming. So congratulations, CA Gaming. You can send an email to support@mechawarehouse.com. And my wife told me to guess 4. I guess maybe you owe the kit to her. So congrats, CA Gaming. And yeah, I think that is it for tonight. We give away both those full mechanics aerials. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, that second full mechanics aerial was courtesy of any of the super chats over the last few weeks. So I'll keep that in mind. Thanks to everybody who has made those donations over the last few weeks. Surprised I made it to the end. Take my sick tail to bed. Night, everyone. See you later, Jason. So congrats. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys had a good time. I enjoyed myself. Don't forget, we got these codes active on the website this weekend, so you can save a little bit, stock up, and now I'm tempted to buy one. Just restocked them on Friday, I think, so it's a good time to grab one. I'm not sure when we'll get them again when this restock runs out. So thank you all for watching. We'll see you all next week, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll be giving away something else good, continuing on this kit, and hopefully having another good time. So see you all next time. Have a great